Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of how to sing epic high notes. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend going to that episode and watching the complete tutorial. There are 10 steps in this entire series, and we covered the first 6 steps in part 1, so you don't want to miss any of those very important steps to building your high notes. We'll start at step 7 in this tutorial. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you did. The channel is growing so fast. It's so exciting to see so many people joining our Let Your Voice Soar family. And if you like the series, please be sure to share it with your fellow singers, vocal coaches, choral directors, or anyone that can benefit from our Let Your Voice Soar tutorials. Now let's get started with part 2 of how to sing epic high notes. Step 7. Know your head voice transition point. Okay guys, it is crucial that you know your head voice transition point. Depending on the voice part, bass, baritone, tenor, alto, mezzo-soprano, or soprano, your head voice transition is going to be based on your voice type, but it can vary from voice to voice. So I'm going to offer you an easy vocal exercise to figure this out. Now, the reason it is important to know your head voice transition is so that you don't drag chest voice up beyond where it's supposed to turn over to head voice. We're going to sing an easy scale starting at C3 for the lower voices, tenors, basses, and baritones, C4 for the higher voices, altos, mezzos, and sopranos. It's going to go like this. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Try that with me. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Now the reason we're using the consonant B in front of those vowels is because that B is going to allow your larynx to stay relaxed. When you say ba baby bo boo, you can feel this opening in your pharynx, and your larynx is going to drop a little bit and relax. And then it's going to allow you to turn over to head voice where your voice is supposed to turn over. Okay? Let's do this again. One more time. Ba 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 baby bo boo oh ay. Now you. Take it up. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Let's go up. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Okay. For sopranos, altos, and mezzos, you might be transitioning to head voice by the G here. Ba 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 baby ba boo ay. Now, I always tell my sopranos, mezzos, and altos that it's very important to start developing a concept where to go into head voice before you start belting. Now, the exercise we're going to do at the end of this tutorial is not necessarily a belting exercise, but it can be used to strengthen your high mix, especially for singers that are singing those very high songs that are currently very popular on Broadway. Okay? So let's take this up. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Now you. Great. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. As best as you can, try not to drag your chest voice up. Just keep singing those vowels. Ba baby bo boo. The more you have the sort of dopey sound on the ascending part of the scale, the more that your head voice is going to come in naturally. Okay? Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. Excellent. Ba 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 baby ba boo oh ay. All right, guys. Now, for basses and baritones, you're most likely already turned over to head voice by C. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Now, if you don't turn over to head voice there, that's totally fine, but you should feel a little bit of transition there. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Okay? Now you. Excellent. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Nice. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Now, if you notice, when I'm singing this, you may hear my head voice come in around D, E flat. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. You hear that? I'm not trying to drag my chest voice up. Ba baby ba boo. That would be too much, and it feels strained if I do that, okay? Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Now you. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Excellent. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Nice. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Keep going. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. One more. Ba 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 baby ba boo ah. Excellent. That is a really great scale to use every day to work from the bottom and slowly go up. And you should start to feel where your head voice is coming in, and that will strengthen the mix from chest to head. Okay, step 8, a free neck, tongue, and jaw. For this, we need an exercise that releases the tongue, the jaw, and the neck all at once. We're going to sing an easy broken arpeggio, 1 3 5 8 5 8 5 8 5 3 1 on the word ya, like this. I'll start a little bit lower. Ya 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 ya. That's very low for me, but for the lower voices, that's going to be pretty comfortable. I'll show you one more time. Ya 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 ya. Now you. Great. Now, to make this even more effective, I want you to move your head side to side like this. Ya 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 ya. Try that with me. Ya 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 ya. Now, if you can't move your head at the same time as you're singing the vocal exercise, you might be holding on to something, and I want you to really focus on letting go, okay? Let's take this up. Ya 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 ya. Got that? Now you. Great. Ya 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 ya. Excellent. Ya 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 ya. Great. Now move your head up and down slightly like this. Ya 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 ya. Now you. Great. Ya 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 ya. Excellent. Let's go 3 more. Remember, you can either move your head side to side or up and down. Here we go. Ya 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 ya. Now you. It's very important that your jaw is as loose as possible. I remember so many teachers coming up to me in the lesson and saying, let go of your jaw. My late teacher, Leona Matthews, she would come up to me and just take my jaw like this and say, let go of that jaw. My teacher, David Jones, of the last 25 years, we work on releasing the jaw all the time. I had another teacher who worked with me extensively on my jaw, Victor Janet, and he worked a lot on getting the jaw to release because he knew that once the jaw is released, the high notes will come much easier. So use that exercise a lot, okay? Step 9, effective vocal exercises specifically for high notes. So we've just done some really great vocal exercises to prepare for the high notes. Now, for the last exercise, we're going to combine all the elements of the concepts we just worked on. The exercise includes the sounds ba, be, be, bo, boo, o, I, e, just like you did in the 5-tone scale, but this time we're going to do it on a big arpeggio. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Now, we're going to start much lower than that, but I wanted to demonstrate how easy it is to go up when you use that ba, be, be, bo, boo, because that is going to ask your larynx to stay released and low and relaxed so that it can tilt for the high notes. Let's start at C3 for the basses, baritones, and tenors, C4 for the altos, mezzos, and sopranos. Okay? The more you feel that ba, be, be, bo, boo, o, I, e, the more it's going to feel really, really good when you go up. Okay, here we go. All together. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Got that? One more time. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Great. Now you. Excellent. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Excellent. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Excellent. Keep going. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Now you. Great. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Ba, 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 be, be, bo, boo, I, e. Now you. As you go higher, it's very important to keep your support here. Make sure that you're opening your back rib cage, as we always talk about, and to make sure that your throat is relaxed. You want to make sure that these muscles are not recruiting to help you as you go up. This is something I struggled with forever, to try to get my laryngeal muscles to relax and release so that the larynx can tilt for the high notes. I do understand very well that singing high is not easy, but exercises like this are great for that because that ba, be, be, bo, boo, o, I, e, what that's doing is it's opening your throat and it's allowing these muscles to release so that you can sing high notes much easier. Okay, let's take this up. Ba, 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 be, be, ba, ba, I, e. Now you. Awesome. Ba, 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 be, be, ba, ba, I, e. I realize we're very high here, so if this feels uncomfortable for you, just drop out. I'm going to take this very high for the singers that want to work on their high mix. Okay, here we go. Ba 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 baby ba ba. Great. Ba 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 baby ba ba. You saw at the beginning of part 1 that I sustained on the high note. Ba 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 baby ba ba. The way you're going to do this is to do the first part of the exercise without sustaining, and then you'll sustain on the second part. Ba 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 baby ba ba. Ba 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 baby ba ba. Got that? Ba 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 baby ba ba. Sustain on the top. Ba 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 baby ba ba. Great. Ba 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 baby ba ba. 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 Awesome. So there you have a very effective vocal exercise to build your high notes and then learn to sustain on them. Step 10, fearlessness. First, we need to understand that fearlessness is not the same as recklessness. Recklessness would be singing without technique. Technique gives you the ability to sing high notes without fear. The more you can own your high notes and not be afraid of them, the more effortlessly they will come out. I highly suggest working in front of a mirror when you're vocalizing. That way, you will see any tension that might be creeping in. When we're singing in front of an audience, we want them to feel comfortable yet excited when we're singing those glorious, epic high notes. Audiences can sense fear, and they can certainly sense negative tension. When a singer is going up to a high note and it doesn't sound like they're going to make it, the audience will start to tense up. And we want them to feel comfortable, and we want them to feel excited. When you hear singers like Leontyne Price, Luciano Pavarotti, Whitney Houston, or Steve Perry sing high notes, you feel safe because you know most of the time they're going to sing them with effortlessness and ease, but with excitement. And that gives you, as the listener, a visceral enjoyment that is unlike anything else. I hope you enjoyed this 2-part tutorial, and please give it a thumbs up if you did. And please leave comments and questions in the comments section. Be sure to check out all of my instructional programs, Let Your Voice Soar, From Voice Studio to Stage Masterclass with tenor David Phelps and me, and Teaching the Contemporary Commercial Music Tenor. Until next time, keep singing, love each other unconditionally with all of your heart and soul, and let your voice soar.
Let your voice soar, let it fly high, let it sing up to the sky. Let your voice soar, let it fly high, let it sing up to the sky. You can sing.